Welcome to New Possibilities. I speak truth to power without fear. Today I'm going to talk about the Michael Brown case. I'm going to just provide some updates and let you know how I feel about the situation and my position. Recently, the police department released the name of the officer who killed Michael Brown. And that officer's name is Darren Wilson. They haven't released a photograph of what this officer looks like. They only released his name. Now, I'm glad that they finally released this information to the public because the public has every right to know who killed Michael Brown. The public is outraged about this senseless act of violence and they demand answers. And I demand answers. So I'm glad that they released that information. The problem is, right after they released the name of the officer involved. In fact, at the same time that they released that name, they also released video footage of what purports to show Michael Brown participating in a robbery, a strong arm robbery where he basically, according to the video evidence and, as the police claim, he stole some cigars and he just left out of the store. And as he was leaving the store, the clerk tried to stop him and he grabbed the clerk and pushed the clerk out of the way. So they released this video right at the same time that they released the name of the officer. And it's clear what their purpose is. Their purpose is character assassination. Their purpose is also to discredit the other witness. One of the witnesses to this act of police brutality allegedly was in the store at the time when this robbery took place. And the video shows that person and Michael Brown in the store. Assuming that that's an accurate video. And at this point, I have no reason to contest it. But, the point of releasing that video is, to discredit the witness and also to destroy Michael Brown's character, to present him in a bad light, to essentially niggerize Michael Brown. Because before this video footage was released, many of us were told that Michael Brown was on his way to college. We were told about his goals and how he was trying to improve his life and everything, and how his life was basically snuffed out a few days before he was supposed to go to college. So to destroy that image, the police released this video. And essentially what this video will do is that it will taint the jury pool. It will put out a perception that this man is a criminal, that he's some kind of thug or hooligan. And, that's exactly what the police want. They want the people not to sympathize with him. They want the people, in fact, to have contempt towards him so that no action will be taken against this officer. And if the case goes to trial, they hope that they find a jury that's not sympathetic to Michael Brown. That's the whole reason why they released the video. And, this police officer who released the information during his press conference, he acknowledged that the robbery has nothing to do with this incident of police brutality because the officer who stopped Michael Brown was not aware of the alleged robbery. The officer did not stop Michael Brown because of some robbery. He stopped Michael Brown because of him walking in the street, for jaywalking, basically. And I'm going to be very plain. Jaywalking is not a capital offense. A young man should not lose his life simply because he was jaywalking. That's, inexcusable. And even if he did steal those cigars, that brother did not deserve to be shot down in the streets for nothing. That officer was not arresting him for that. He stopped them and told them to get out the street. And according to several witnesses, that officer is the one who pulled Michael Brown into the vehicle. He grabbed him around the neck and was pulling him into the vehicle. And Michael Brown was trying to pull away from the officer, according to at least 3 different witnesses. And that officer shot him shortly after he pulled away. And according to, I think his name is Dorian Johnson, the young man that was with him, according to him, the officer told Michael Brown, "I'm going to shoot you," and then he shot him. And then after that, Michael Brown and Dorian Johnson ran away, and the officer fired more shots at Michael Brown. And according to one of the witnesses, he was basically shot in his back. So he didn't pose any kind of threat to this officer, and he was far away from the officer at the time when he got shot in the back. This witness said that he jerked his body when he got hit in the back, and then he turned around with both of his hands raised in the air. And then the officer proceeded to shoot him even more times. There is no justification for this violence. He was unarmed. He was walking home, and he shouldn't have been killed simply for jaywalking. It's outrageous that not only are they did these police officers kill his brother, that wasn't good enough for these officers. They had to dig him up and assassinate his character as well. We have to stand up. And I hope that people don't allow these officers to deflect and distract. We need to focus on the real issue, and that's justice for Michael Brown.